going live on my page and in the Facebook group at the same time. All right. So, today we are talking about procrastination. This is a big topic. And I got some notes here. Excuse me, I have to turn my ringer off my phone. Okay. Sorry about that if you guys were like seeing my armpits. Okay, so pulling a card, let's see what our collective message is before we dive into our talk about procrastination. It is, oh my gosh, I think this was the card the last time. I promise I shuffled. The Butterfly Maiden, transformation. You are experiencing enormous change right now, which brings great blessings. I accept this. I receive this. I feel like this is the message that's like all around me. Anybody else feels like this message is for you? Let me know in the chat. All right, so this is going to be extremely helpful, especially if you have been experiencing procrastination for years. So for a long time, I wondered whether I was a procrastinator or if I was just plain lazy. And to be honest, for a long time, I was just plain lazy. Ever since I was a little girl, I just was lazy. Like I didn't want to do anything. So it's been an interesting journey. So let's talk a little bit about the difference between laziness and procrastination. So laziness is literally just doing nothing. What laziness looked like for me was just wanting to sleep, wanting to do nothing, watching TV or watching YouTube. Like when you're being lazy, you're just not doing really much of anything. Procrastination, you are still taking some sort of action. You're just not actively doing the things that like would really make a difference in your life, that you are really wanting to knock off of your to-do list, or you're not doing the thing that would propel you forward in your business, your future vision, right? So an example would be, let's say that I know I have some entrepreneurs following this video. So let's say that you have a Facebook Live you're going to do at 12 p.m., right? That's on your to-do list. And you say, okay, I'm going to do that at 12, but then first I'm going to do the laundry and I'm going to go to the grocery store. And then, oh, let me call my sister. And then you end up talking to your sister from 12 to 1. And then you're like, okay, I sorted the laundry. I might as well go ahead and do it. And then you just get busy doing other things around the house. So you are still being active. You just didn't do one of the main things that was on your to-do list and something that would actually propel you forward in your business, right? Or let's say, for a non-business example, let's say that you have on the list to clean the attic because it's now going to be your creative sewing space. But you keep avoiding it and doing everything else other than doing the cleaning the attic, right? Again, folding laundry, running other errands, doing things with going to lunch with the girls, like anything else other than cleaning the attic. So again, you're being active, you're just not actively doing the thing that like really means something to you on your to-do list. Okay, so that's the difference between being lazy and procrastinating. Procrastinating is there's still some sort of action that you're doing, just not one that's moving you closer towards your goals. Okay, and so we tend to focus on what's easy and sometimes unimportant versus focusing on, no, it's like we unconsciously choose to focus on the things that doesn't matter, that the things that feel safe and that make us feel productive, versus feeling uncomfortable but yet productive. I'm sorry. Uncomfortable yet accomplished, because that's the way you feel when you finally do that thing on your to-do list that you know is going to propel you forward in some way. When you finally complete it, you will feel accomplished. And so we choose to go the easy route, which is to feel productive. Like, oh, I did the laundry, I washed the dishes, I went to the grocery store. But did you do the thing that's going to move you closer towards your purpose? No. So you're not going to bed feeling accomplished. You're choosing, you rather feel productive. So I really want you to understand that and start to really think, like, how can I be more accomplished? How can I feel more accomplished? And that's actually getting the things done that matter to you. And so moving from laziness to being more of an action taker has been quite a journey, and I want to share some tips with you to help you. So the first step or tip really is to call yourself out. Like when you catch yourself procrastinating, like catch yourself and say out loud, I had a Facebook Live to do at 12 o'clock and I didn't do it. Like, bring attention to the thing right then and there. Don't try to keep it in the back of your mind. Like, bring attention to it. Call yourself out. And then ask yourself, am I being lazy or am I procrastinating? So you can determine that by looking at whether you were being active or you were just doing nothing. Jackie says, oh my goodness, this is so perfect for me today. Heck, every day. Awesome. Okay. So you're questioning, you're asking, am I being lazy or am I procrastinating? Okay. So Jackie, is my video on my Facebook profile, is it lagging? Because when I see myself, it's lagging. I'm just curious. Okay, so you ask yourself those two questions, and let's say you determine, like, no, I'm procrastinating because I've been doing other things, just not the main things. Okay, so you say, yes, I'm procrastinating. So then the next question to ask yourself is, I wrote it down here. Hold on. What am I afraid of? Right? Because a lot of times you don't understand that you're not taking action because there is a fear of something. What am I afraid of? Or what is the voice in my head saying? So another thing you don't realize is that little, like the angel devil on the shoulder, that little devil on the shoulder, one of the most prominent voices for a lot of us with trauma is the voice of shame. So then that voice of shame is quietly in the background saying things like, that's not a good topic for your Facebook Live video. Who are you to be in front of the camera? What credentials do you have, right? So it's way back here, but it's still a little chatter that is pulling you away from doing the thing that will move you forward. So that voice is pulling you back, but you are wanting to move forward. And so inside is like this battle of good and evil. And what usually wins is the voice of evil, which is like the voice of shame or the voice of your wounds, which job really is to keep you stuck. That's its way of keeping you safe. Even to the point of cleaning the attic. Like, I know you guys can get this analogy of shame wanting to keep you safe from being exposed and putting yourself out there in your business. But even something like cleaning the attic to have your creative space, shame is like, no, because like when you are, let's say creativity is another way of being authentic and being open and expressive, and shame wants to keep you silent and isolated. So even just you cleaning up to work on your business or to, like I said, be more creative, to have a meditation space, shame is like, none of that. Like, we want to keep you exactly right where you are because that's safety to it. It doesn't like progress. Okay. So next tip is to try not to fill your calendar or to-do list with shame-inducing activities. Right? So for my business entrepreneurial people, don't put a Facebook Live, Facebook post, and reach out to some people to be on their podcast. Like, don't put all of that on your list. If you have not proven to be somebody who shows up for yourself, do not put all those things on your list, because that is just going to induce more of those shamey thoughts, more things you have to overcome to show up for yourself. So, one thing, do the one thing that brings up a little bit of fear and anxiety. Put that one thing on your list at each day, one thing, one different thing each day, and really build a relationship with yourself, one of that you can show up for yourself, and then maybe add another thing to do, like something else that scares you. So gradually move up to having multiple things on your list that scares you. So for today, I've already done an interview with somebody on for a virtual event that they're doing. I'm doing this Facebook Live. I'm also going to send this out to my email list. So back in the day, this would have been too much for me all in one day, but I've built up this relationship with myself and know how to handle that voice to where it's not, I can do multiple like shame inducing, fear inducing activities in one day. So don't do that to yourself, and realize when you are doing that to yourself, that's just another way for you to keep that shame voice to keep you stuck, because now it's 3 things on your list that you haven't shown up for yourself for, and it's really going to make you feel like a loser about the things that shame voice is going to say to you. And then, so let me see, put that on your list. Okay, and then that one thing that brings a little fear and anxiety that puts you out of your comfort zone, put it at the beginning of the day. Don't put it for 5 o'clock. Put it at the top of the day. Like, go ahead and get it done. Because what happens, that same shame voice, if you put it for 5 o'clock, that voice is going to be in the back of your head all day. Like, yeah, video, nobody wants to watch it, nobody cares what you have to say. Like, all of that's going to be going on till 5 p.m. And then when 5 comes and you're supposed to go live, you're going to feel exhausted and depleted, and you're like, wait, I really didn't even do much today. But that's because that negative inner dialogue takes up so much energy that is why you're depleted at the end of the day, and you're like, I really didn't even do much. Okay, so you put that at the beginning of the day. And even before you do that thing, so this next tip is to make sure that you have like a morning routine of some sort. So basically, I don't know if you're saying some like affirmations, mantras, you're doing your meditation, you're going for your walk, like you're really filling yourself up with good energy to carry you through doing that thing you're scared of. So if you're already waking up feeling anxious and depleted and mad from yesterday, you're still probably going to procrastinate on that thing. So fill yourself up, feel good about yourself and life, and do your gratitude practice, then move forward with that activity, the thing on your to-do list. Okay? So basically, with what I'm saying, because that's another way to procrastinate. So you do your morning routine and you feel good, and then you go and do the dishes, or you go to the grocery store, and I can speak to this because I've done it. And then you're just, it's like you fill that balloon up, and then you're letting the air out with things that don't matter, like the dishes or going to the grocery store. So put that stuff for the end of the day, and use your good energy, that good juju you've just built up, for the things that really matter towards propelling you forward. And I know some of you might be like, but I gotta clean up first before I can, that helps put me in the energy of doing the thing. Just know that's the voice of procrastination. What I do is, my office can get off the chain, but I'll say 15 minutes. I set my timer for 15 minutes, and I clean up what I can, and then after that, I'm done. So I make sure my desk and this right here is good. The floor might be a mess, but that's okay. It's just gonna have to do, because I'm moving forward with my day. I'm not gonna spend an hour that could be going into my purpose to clean up. Okay, so If you are someone who you know you have trauma, you have been dealing with shame for years, I really hope that this served you, but also I want to invite you to do the deeper work of really healing it and clearing it for good instead of just trying to learn how to manage and cope with it. Shame and trauma really can stop you from moving forward in your purpose, and it makes you feel unworthy and undeserving of your purpose and says things like, well, who am I to do that? Like, I'm not important, I don't matter. That's that voice of shame. And you can have all the good intentions of like making your impact in the world, but if you still are dealing with shame and trauma, or like you keep shoving it under the rug, you're not going to get very far. And you probably see it in your life where you're like doing good and showing up, and then you stop for months, then you pick back up, or you keep having that same Facebook Live on your to-do list for weeks at a time and still not showing up for yourself. That is the wound keeping you, holding you back. So if you really want to free yourself from that, please reach out. I am a shame and trauma coach, and I help women to heal their shame and trauma so that you can move forward towards your purpose and fulfilling your goals and mission. So if you want to learn more about what I do, don't hesitate to reach out, or you can go to essenceturner.com/purpose and read more about it and learn what happens in the consultation process. All right, so I hope that this video was helpful. It was fun for me to do. If you let me know what your favorite tip or tool was, or what really stood out to you, let me know in the comments. And thank you for being here. And so I'll have a few more trainings for you this week. Just want to be more of service to you. And if there's anything you want to learn or know more about, don't hesitate to inbox me or message me, because this training was from Brittany, who said that she needed help with procrastination. All right, so Britt, I hope that this was helpful, and you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.